students, today let's discuss about the next type of tissue, that is connective tissues. From the term itself it's very clear. What's the meaning of connect? Connect means link. Link various organs or various parts of the body. So connective tissues are those tissues which help to link various parts or various organs of the body. Now let's see what are the various characters of connective tissues. As you know, connective tissues are the most abundant tissues found in the body of living organisms. So connective tissues are the most abundant tissues found in the body of living organisms. And their main function, they help in linking and supporting other tissues and organs of the body. So very important point. What is the function of connective tissue? They help in linking and supporting other tissues of the body. So the connective tissues, every connective tissue consists of three basic components. The three basic components are matrix, cells and fibers. So in every connective tissue we find a matrix, the ground substance in which we find the cells and the fibers. You know what's the meaning of fibers? Thin thread like structures. So connective tissues consist of three basic components. Which are the three basic components? They consist of cells, they have a matrix and they have fibers. So matrix forms the ground substance of every tissue, and in that we find the cells and fibers. Okay, now connective tissues are of different types. Let's see the various types of connective tissues. Connective tissues can be broadly classified into three types. Broadly classified into three types. Which are they? The first one, connective tissue proper. Connective tissue proper. The second one, fluid connective tissue. And the third one, supportive or supporting connective tissue, also known as skeletal tissue. So connective tissues can be broadly classified into three types: connective tissue proper, fluid connective tissue and supporting connective tissue, also known as skeletal tissue. Now connective tissue proper can be again divided into two types. Which are they? Loose connective tissue and dense connective tissue. So from the word itself it's very clear, loose and dense. In loose connective tissue, the cells and fibers will be loosely arranged. Whereas in the case of a dense connective tissue, the cells, fibers, fibroblasts, all that will be arranged in a dense manner. Means the matrix will not be loose, they will be arranged compactly. In dense connective tissue, the cells, the fibers will be arranged in a compact manner. Whereas in the case of, so now loose connective tissue again are of two types. One is areolar tissue, another one adipose tissue. So there are some more types of loose tissue, but we have to study only about two tissues, areolar and adipose. Okay, dense connective tissue again divided into dense regular and dense irregular. Okay, now that is about connective tissue proper. Hope you got it. So connective tissue proper is again divided into loose and dense connective tissue. Loose connective tissue, there are different types. We have to study about adipose and areolar tissue. Whereas dense connective tissue is again divided into dense regular and dense irregular. Now let's see about the fluid connective tissue. From the term itself it's very clear, fluid, there will be a liquid. So which is a liquid which connects various parts of our body? You know that, blood and lymph. So these are the two main fluid connective tissues found in the body of organisms. And the third type, that is supporting connective tissue, also known as skeletal tissues. Skeletal tissues can be broadly classified into two. One is cartilage and the other one bone. Okay, now we will study about each of these tissues in bit detail. Hope the classification of connective tissues is clear to you all. Okay, now we will move on to the next, that is areolar tissue. So what is areolar tissue? It comes under connective tissue proper, and which is again divided into loose and dense. So areolar tissue comes under loose connective tissue, right? Now what are the features of this areolar tissue? So areolar tissue, they are found usually beneath the skin, right? So the skin forms the upper layer of our body, outer covering of the body, and that will be made up of epithelial tissue. So just beneath that skin we find this areolar tissue. Now what is the function of areolar tissue? It forms a support framework for the epithelial tissue. So for the outermost superficial layer of epithelial tissue, the areolar tissue gives a support framework. Hope it's clear, right? So areolar tissue, where is it found? It is found beneath the skin. And what is its function? It supports, it forms a support framework for the epithelial tissue or the epithelium. Okay, now this when we say areolar tissue, what all are found in areolar tissue? It contains fibroblast. Fibroblasts are immature cells which secrete fibers. Fibroblasts are immature cells which secrete fibers, right? Then, so there will be fibroblast, there will be mast cells, there will be macrophages, there will be fibers, both yellow fibers and white fibers. So this is the composition of an areolar tissue. So what's the composition of an areolar tissue? It has a matrix. All these are found in matrix, of course. So there is a matrix, and in the matrix we find fibroblast. Fibroblasts are cells which secrete fibers. Mast cells, they secrete certain chemicals. Then macrophages. Macrophages are, macro means what? Big. Big cells which engulf the pathogen or engulf other cells or engulf the food and digest that. That is the meaning of a macrophage. So there will be macrophages, big cells, big sized cells which can engulf and digest. Then there will be fibers which are of two types, yellow fibers and white fibers. Now these fibers are made up of a particular protein called as collagen. So what is collagen? Collagen is a protein with which the fibers are made up of. Hope it's clear. So areolar tissue contains fibroblast, it contains mast cells, it contains macrophages, it contains yellow and white fibers, and the fibers are made up of a protein called as collagen, C-O-L-L-A-G-E-N. So here that G-E-N part is just hidden because of that camera this thing. So I think you got the word. The fibers are made up of a protein called collagen, C-O-L-L-A-G-E-N. Okay, so that is all about areolar tissue. So here in the picture you can see the areolar tissue. The pink colored big cells, they are the macrophages. You can see the fibers which comes out through another pink colored structure. Those are the yellow and white those are the fibers. Then in between that again you can see thin scattered fibers. You can see mast cells, right? So all these are the different types of cells which are found in areolar tissue. Hope it's clear. So once again, let's fast recollect all the points of areolar tissue. Areolar tissue, it is present beneath the skin and it provides a support framework for the epithelial tissue. It contains matrix, and inside the matrix we find fibroblast, macrophages, mast cells and yellow and white fibers. The fibers are made up of a protein called as collagen. Okay, so now we'll move on to the next type of tissue, that is adipose tissue. Adipose tissue. Now what is the adipose tissue? Adipose tissue is also a loose connective tissue. This tissue is also found beneath the skin, but its function is different. The function of adipose tissue is to store fats. What's the main function of adipose tissue? It is specialized tissue which helps to store the fat in our body. So the cells of the adipose tissue, they are called as adipocytes. Hope it's clear. So in areolar tissue we find different types of cells. Which are the different types of cells? Like fibroblast, fibers, mast cells. Okay, all these are macrophages, etc. Whereas in the case of adipose tissue, all the cells which are found in the matrix of the adipose tissue, they are called as adipocytes. Okay, and what is the function of adipocytes? The adipocytes help to store fat. Okay, now in addition to adipocytes, we find the same fibroblast, mast cells and macrophages. Hope it's clear. So these are the points that you have to remember for adipose tissue. Hope it's clear. Right, now here is a picture of an adipose tissue. So adipose tissue mainly helps in storing fat. You may get a question, name the tissue which helps to store fat. The answer is adipose tissue. You may get the question like this, what is the function of adipose tissue? The function of adipose tissue is to store fats. Hope it's clear. So these are the two loose connective tissues that we have to study. Now moving on to the next type of tissue, which is that dense regular tissue. So from the word itself, dense means in a dense tissue, the components, that is the cells, the fibers, fibroblasts, all are arranged compactly. They are not loosely arranged, they are arranged compactly. And there are two types of dense connective tissue. One is dense regular. From the word itself, it's very clear. In a dense regular tissue, the fibers and fibroblasts will be arranged in a regular manner. It will be arranged in parallel rows, parallel bundles. Okay, so that is the peculiarity of a dense regular tissue. So, dense regular tissue, the fibers and fibroblasts are compactly packed in a dense tissue. Right? The second point. In dense regular tissue, the collagen fibers, that is the fibers which are made up of collagen, they are present in rows between parallel bundles of fibers. Means the fibers and fibroblasts are arranged in a regular manner. You can see that in the picture over here. So there is a regular pattern. You can see that regular pattern here in the diagram which is given there. So that is the peculiarity of a dense regular tissue. Now, dense regular tissue, there are two types of dense regular tissue that you have to study. One is tendons, another one ligaments. I hope you have heard these two words, right? Tendons and ligaments. These are found connecting the bones or connecting bones to muscles, right? So the tendons and ligaments are the two types of dense regular tissue. Note that point. Dense regular tissue are of two types, tendons and ligaments. Now let us see what are tendons. Tendons are the connective tissue, dense regular connective tissue, which connect a muscle to a bone. So in the picture you can see the brown colored structures are the muscles, right? And here you can see the muscle is connected to the bone by means of a tendon. So can you see the tendon which is marked over there? So tendons are the connective tissue which connect a muscle to a bone. So in the picture you can see the knee region, knee region of a leg, right? And there you can see two bones. Can you see the bones over there? Right. So the longest bone, that is the femur, thigh bone. Thigh bone is called as the longest bone. So femur is connected to the other two bones, that is tibia and fibula, right? They are connected to those two bones by means of, so two bones are connected by means of ligaments. You can see on the left hand side the ligament and right hand side you can see the tendon. Hope you can differentiate the tendon and the ligament in the picture. So how will you remember? Tendons connect muscle to bone and ligaments connect bone to bone. So remember it as LBB. What is L? L stands for ligaments, bone to bone. Remember one word so that the other word will be easy for you. Okay, one is TMB, that is tendon, muscle, bone. Other one is LBB, ligaments, bone to bone. So very important from examination point of view. What is that? You have to write the differences between tendons and ligaments, or what are tendons and ligaments. So if a question is asked what are tendons and ligaments, what will you write? Tendons and ligaments are the dense regular tissue, the dense regular connective tissue. Tendons connect muscle to bone and ligaments connect bone to bone. Hope it's clear. So that is all about dense regular tissue. So if that is dense regular tissue, what will be dense irregular tissue? Very simple it is. That is, the fibers and fibroblasts will be irregularly arranged. They will not be arranged in a regular pattern. So in the diagram here I have put both the diagrams to differentiate so that you can easily differentiate between a regular dense tissue. The first picture is a regular dense tissue and the second picture is irregular dense tissue. So you can easily identify or differentiate that. In a regular tissue, you find the fibers and fibroblasts arranged in a regular pattern, whereas in an irregular tissue, they are not arranged in a regular pattern. They are arranged in scattered manner or in an irregular manner. Hope it's clear? Right. Now we will move on to the next type of tissue, which is that skeletal tissue. So which are the two skeletal tissues? That is a bone and the cartilage. These are the two skeletal tissues. You have studied about bones. How many bones are there in our body? There are 206 bones in our body, isn't it? Right. Now, so let's see what are the characteristics of a bone. First, let's see the characteristics of a bone. Bone is also called as osseous tissue. What is it called as? Osseous tissue. Now, what are the functions of a bone, or what are the features, characteristic features of a bone? So here in the picture you can see a bone, right? There again the knee region is given, right? Knee region is given. So you can see one long bone that comes from the top, that is the thigh bone, femur, and down you can see two bones, right? One is tibia and the other one is fibula. And then in between that, a light blue colored part you can see, that is the cartilage, right? So that part is the cartilage. So in the picture given here, you can see both the bone as well as the cartilage. Now, what are the features of bone? The first feature, as you know, bone is hard, isn't it? It is non-pliable, means what? You cannot bend a bone. Can you bend a bone? No. If you try to bend a bone, what will happen? It will break, right? So that word for that is non-pliable. Pliable means which we can bend, right? So bone is hard. It is non-pliable, it is solid. You know, you all have seen bones, right? It is solid. What is its function? Supportive connective tissue. It supports, right? And this bone is rich in calcium and collagen fibers. Hope it's clear. So what are the features of a main feature of a bone? That is, bone is hard, non-pliable, solid, supportive connective tissue which is rich in calcium and collagen fibers. Then the second point. What is its function? It provides structural framework to the body. You know that it is the bones which give the particular shape to the body. How we are is just because of the bones which are present inside our body. So it forms a structural framework of the body. Not only that, it supports and protects soft tissues and organs. The organs which are there inside our body is protected by these bones. For example, the vital organs of our body like the heart and the lungs, they lie in the rib cage. So the ribs protect the vital organs like heart and the lungs. So its function is to support and provide protection to the soft tissues and organs which are found in the body. Then the bone cells, they are called as osteocytes. So osseous tissue, osteocytes. So the bone cells are called osteocytes, and where are they found? They are found in fluid-filled cavities called as lacunae. So osteocytes are the cells which are found in the bone, and they are found in a fluid-filled cavity called as lacunae. Hope it's clear. Now, one more point that you have to remember is the matrix of the bone, that is called as ossein, O-S-S-E-I-N. The name of the matrix of the bone, that is ossein. So these are the features or characteristics of a bone. So what are the characteristic features? One, bone is also called as osseous tissue. It is a hard, non-pliable, solid, supportive connective tissue which is rich in calcium and collagen fibers. It provides structural framework to the body. It supports and protects soft tissues and organs of the body. The bone cells are called as osteocytes, and these osteocytes are found in fluid-filled cavities called as lacunae, and the matrix of the bone is called as ossein. Okay, so that is all about the characteristic features of a bone. Now let's see what are the functions of a bone. So in the picture you can see the central canal, the dark black colored structure is the central canal. Around that, can you see some again black colored structures? So center you can see a structure like this, and around that you can find structures like this. So these are the lacunae, right? These are the lacunae, and inside that you find the osteocytes. Okay, and these lacunae are arranged in concentric circles. Right, and they are all connected by means of fibers. These are the fibers. Okay, so that you can see clearly in the picture. So the bones, what are the functions of the bone? You know that it is a bones which sustain the body weight. The body weight is held by the bones. Okay, so when the body weight increases, what happens? Bones may start bending. Okay, so bones sustain body weight. That is the first point. Second point, the bones attached with the skeletal muscles, right? Skeletal muscles are attached to the bones. So bones along with skeletal muscles are meant for locomotion. So it is because of the bones and the muscles attached to that we are able to move. Every part of our body we are able to move. The joints we are able to move. We are able to move from one place to another. It's all because of the bones along with the skeletal muscles. Okay, and another important point that you have to remember. The bone marrow, that is inside the bone, there is a substance which is called as bone marrow. This bone marrow is a site of production of white blood cells as well as red blood cells. You know that red blood cells are the red cells which are found in the blood, right? And WBCs are also the cells which are found in the blood. And you know that red blood cells have an important function to perform. What is its function? It help in the transport of respiratory gases. So bone marrow, it is in the bone marrow that the RBCs and WBCs will be produced. It's clear? So these are the main functions of the bone. Of course, you can write bones provide structural framework to the body, right? Bones sustain the body weight. Then bones along with skeletal muscles help in movement or locomotion. Then bone marrow is a site of production of WBCs and RBCs. Hope that is clear? Right. Now we will move on to the next, that is cartilage. That is the second type of skeletal tissue called as cartilage. Now, I hope you must have seen some cartilages, right? What you find at the tip of our nose, this is a cartilage. Here, the ear pinna, that is also made up of a cartilage. So, from that itself, you must have got an idea about cartilage. Cartilage is soft compared to that of a bone, isn't it? Bone is hard, whereas cartilage is soft. And it is a firm, flexible tissue. Firm means what? We bend it, again it comes back to its original position. It is a firm, flexible tissue which can resist compression. You compress it as much as you want, it will come back to its original position. You compress your ear pinna, then also it comes back to its original position. Okay, so the main feature of a cartilage is it is a firm, flexible tissue, connective tissue, and it can resist compression. Hope you understood what's the meaning of compression. Compression means when you exert pressure. When you exert pressure, it gets compressed. Okay. The cells of the cartilage, they are called as chondrocytes. Cells of bone, they are called as osteocytes. Cells of adipose tissue, they are called as adipocytes. So from this one thing, I hope you all understood. CYTES, cytes refers to cells. CYTS refers to cells. Cells found in adipose tissue, adipocytes. Cells found in osseous tissue, osteocytes. Osseous tissue is nothing but the bone, right? And the cells found in cartilage, they are called as chondrocytes. Okay, and as in the case of bone, we found that the osteocytes are found in fluid-filled cavities called as lacunae, right? Here also, the chondrocytes are also found in cavities called lacunae. Lacunae are nothing but small cavities in which we find these cells. Okay. Now, the next one. The matrix of the cartilage is called as chondrin. Matrix of bone is called as ossin, and matrix of cartilage is called as chondrin. And chondrin is secreted by chondrocytes. Matrix is formed by the secretions from the chondrocytes. Chondrocytes are nothing but cells of the cartilage. Hope it's clear. So these are the main functions of, characteristic features of a cartilage. Now, where do you find the cartilage? Cartilage is found at the tip of the nose. It is found at the ear pinna, and it is also found between the bones, between certain bones. It is found between vertebrae. Vertebral column has number of small pieces. Each one is called as a vertebra, and vertebrae, between that vertebrae also we find cartilage. And it is because of the cartilage present between the vertebrae that we are able to bend. isn't it? We are able to bend. If it was completely made up of bone, then we wouldn't be able to bend our back, isn't it? Now we are able to bend because of this cartilage which are present between the vertebrae. Hope it's clear. So that is all about cartilage. So today we have discussed about what all? We have discussed about the connective tissues. We have not completed connective tissues. We have discussed about two main types of connective tissues. That is the first one, that is loose connective tissue and dense connective tissue. Under loose connective tissue we discussed about areolar tissue and adipose tissue. Under dense connective tissue we discussed about dense regular and dense irregular. Under dense regular we have discussed tendons and ligaments. After that we discussed about the skeletal tissue, that is the bone and the cartilage. Hope you all understood. So that is all for today. Thank you.